Well, my name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. We are exactly about 10 days out from this year's third leg of the Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes, on June 7th. And remember, tip sheets for both days. The Acorn Stakes race on Friday. The girls, they'll be in town. There's beautiful racing, 6 beautiful graded stake races. And on Saturday, the Belmont Stakes. Hey, both of them $35 together. Individually, $20. You'll save $5. Please email us at SpeedKing20ball at yahoo.com and or text the office 732-804-0637. Hey, okay, so let's dive right in. Okay, so what is all this fuss and hubbub? No, he didn't just say hubbub about this BAEZA horse. I mean, I get emails, and of course, we love your comments, and I try to answer them all. And, a lot of channels don't do that for you. Your Speed King is accessible. But I get so many hubbubs and this and that and BAEZA, BB horse, BBZ horse. And I'm here to tell you I don't know what all the fuss is. Okay? Let me just say it right away. If the field stays the way that it is, the 6, Journalist, Sovereignty, Rodriguez, Hill Road, Heart of Honor, and of course the BB horse, BAEZA. If it stays like that, he's out. I'm throwing him out officially. No, he didn't. I just threw him out. He's not going to win this race. From what I do. Just one man's opinion. But apparently everybody loves this horse. So we're going to take a deep dive on this old BAEZA horse. Right? It's stunning. It really is. Now, there's some things to like. It's just not now. See, you may love them one day and not like them the next day. Okay? But this is ridiculous. Let's take a look. No, he didn't. I just threw him out. He will not. Write this down. Speed King say it. And if he wins, I'll be the first to come and tip my Ghost Zapper hat to him. He's not winning this race. I don't know what's going on here. Okay? I mean, he's just going to be sucking. Now, can he run underneath and all that? I guess. Sure. It's only 6 horses as we doing this on the 28th of May. Let's take a deep dive. There's some things to like about him. I'm not going to say that. He's a fine horse. BAEZA, the son of Mackenzie. That's beautiful. And it's always good to be a kin of Pucker, right? On the back end, grandsire Big Brown, trained by the classy John Sheriff. Got Flavian Pratt. I could do without that anchor in the yarns for sure. I'm just giving him the business. But again, they paid $1.2 million for him. I get it. Another $1 million baby. I like it. But they don't read. They just run. Now, here's the thing with BAEZA. He has 4 starts. He's a winner of 1. He beat maiden horses. And it took him 3 times to do that. He made his 2-year-old debut December, obviously, of 2024. Ran 9th. Speed figure, horrible. His second maiden race was January 4th, 1 month apart. Ran 2nd. Speed figure, got a lot better. His 3rd time, February. Got a little bit bigger, a bigger jump than I would want to see. For sure. Okay? Particularly on the Ragusons. Okay? So 3 times to break his maiden. He broke his maiden as a 3-year-old in February. We hadn't seen him for 6 weeks. The first time that he shows up, is April 5th in the Santa Anita Derby Grade 1 with a field of 5, where 2 of them probably shouldn't have been in the race. Okay? So when you look at the Santa Anita Derby race, he was like 14-1. Of course, the reporter horse was in there, journalism. And he had journalism dead to rights because journalism was down on the rail with Respily wrestling with the horse. This horse was outside. I give him this. He was wide into the first turn, 4-5. So we made the adjustments speed figure wise and split wise. But he was 3 or 4 lengths on the outside clear while Respily was down there wrestling with journalism. So he had the jump on journalism going around turning for home. Journalism get out and runs him down. Okay? So how much better then? If he was going to beat journalism, who I have nothing against journalism, but he should have beat him in the Santa Anita Derby. So you say, well, SpeedKing, that was his first race against winner in a field of 5 on April 5th. Okay, they give him a month later, they take him to Churchill Downs. They know he's a nice horse. He's a nice horse. He's just not ready for this level. Then they bring him to the Kentucky Derby off of 4 races and 1 maiden win. Now, here is where he shines. The reason he ran 3rd, in my opinion, in the Derby, the racetrack was sloppy. Sloppy fast, and this horse is bred top and bottom for the slop. He moved up. Okay? If it rains on June 7th up in Saratoga Springs, New York, then you might have a shot. But on a fast track, if you think this horse is going to beat horses like Journalist, the Reporter horse, Sovereignty, the Biblical horse, and my boy Rodriguez, the son of Authentic, you are sadly thinking from what I do. So in the Derby, Respily was sitting 10th. This horse is sitting 14th on the outside. Once again, he gets to jump on all of them. Sovereignty was back in 17th. So at the mile pole, and I watched each and every one of their splits, and I calculated their splits. He's not fast enough now. Could he have improved? He could have. But Sovereignty was at least 5 or 6 lengths behind him, with mud being kicked in his face. He was clear on the outside, sitting about 12th or 13th. At the mile pole, Sovereignty went from 15th to 4th and went by him, following journalism. Those splits do not work for him. Okay, the speed figures that I do on my database at the quarter, at the half, and at the mile marker, this horse can't beat these horses. He had the jump on journalism in the Santa Anita Derby. Respily was down there. He tried to give him the race. He was down there fighting the horse. He wanted to get out. In the meantime, BAEZA was gone. Journalism recovered. 4 lengths later, he's in front of him. He beats him. Same thing in the Derby. He had Sovereignty at least 4 or 5 lengths behind him. Sovereignty had to come out, go by him around the turn, clears him, follows journalism, and then he comes running late as the rest of the field retreats. Is that what everybody's looking at? And his come home split? Not nearly good enough. Now, he's a good horse. This just isn't the race he's going to beat journalism, Sovereignty, or Rodriguez, who's fresh, fit, and fast, by the way. And just a side note, for all of the folks out there that think Rodriguez needs to be on the lead, you're sadly mistaken. That's not the case. Okay? But as far as BAEZA, a winner of 1, maiden, who run second in a 5-horse race in the Santa Anita Derby and run third after he had the jump on both of the first and second finishers? He's not beating these horses. He's not beating... he may beat one of them, but he ain't beating all three of them. A maiden? No. Now, he may do it later, but he's not developed enough. Now, has he gone forward? Let's talk about that. I think he moved backwards in the Kentucky Derby. See, people look at the way they finish. I look at their splits and their speed figure. When he ran in the Santa Anita Derby on the Ragasons or the Thoroughbred, he ran a 0. That was too big of a jump. Okay? I think he went from like a 4 out of the maiden race to a 0. And then his last race, I think he ran like a 1 and 1.5. So actually, he moved backwards, and that is no help to him by no means. And on a fast track, if you think they're going to beat both of these great good horses, as well as Rodriguez, you're sadly mistaken. So I don't know what all the hubbub is. I didn't like him in the Derby, and he had things his way as far as the way that I handicap, and knowing that he's a sire that runs very good on a fast, wet track. McKenzie and Pucka ain't a bad horse either. Okay, to be the kin of him. Okay, so he had everything his way. But I just want to make it official that I'm throwing BAEZA off the ticket. There's no way. With what I do, just my opinion. And you know, hey, listen, I am committed to the consequences of my convictions. And I do what I do based on what I do. And I'm not a defensive player, I'm an offensive player. And I'll make a call, I'll make a stand. But this horse, hey, God bless him. If he jumps up and win the race, God bless him. He won't have me. But I don't think, I would be shocked. No, he didn't. I just said it. All these words, all this stuff. I get emails and texts and all this stuff about this horse. What? He's a winner of 1. He's a baby. He ain't never beat anybody. Ever. Did he suck up? Yes. So why is everybody head over heels when you have 2 horses in the race, that won the Derby, 2 that won the Preakness, and Rodriguez sitting there fresh, fit, and fast? And if you don't think Bob Baffert, and I'm no big fan, is very serious, hello. And you better hope Todd Pletcher don't show up, which I think he will. Todd ain't missing this race. He's got that Grandy. If Grandy shows up, hey, the landscape changes. He's got their Curdo as well, but the Rapoli horse, the Rapoli horse, that Grande, yo man, if that horse shows up, he's got an absolute great shot against the top 2. And by the way, didn't Todd Pletcher run second with a horse with only 3 starts last year behind Door Knock? Mind frame. Todd Pletcher will enter someone. He missed the Derby, no fault of his own. Todd Pletcher is going to enter a horse in this year's Belmont Stakes. He's not missing this race. He's done won it 4 times. But back to the thing. BAEZA, out. You could use him underneath. God bless you. There's only 6 horses. But he's not winning this race. No, the SpeedKing. What's wrong without SpeedKing? I would be shocked based on what I do. This horse quarter and his splits, he was wide. I made the adjustments there. But at the mile pole where the running and the 3/4 pole where the running starts, and what you think, Journalists and Sovereignty ain't getting better as well? I mean, the Journalist is 5 for 7 in the win hole. Right? Sovereignty is 3 for 6 and 2 seconds. So you're going to bring a winner of 1 up in here? and they already smacked him around, I got a suggestion. No, please don't do it, SpeedKing. I gotta do it. Take this horse, scratch him, which we need more horses in him. Send him to the Ohio Derby. No, he didn't just put BAEZA. Now, get him some confidence, because that's the race he should be in. Send him to the Ohio Derby on June 21st. Get him some confidence, and maybe down the road he can tackle these veterans in terms of 3-year-olds who got experience, who got some races under them, who's got, and they're continuing to improve. He would literally need both journalism to regress. He would need sovereignty to regress. He would need Rodriguez, who's probably jumping out of his skin, having ran since the Wood Memorial. God knows when the Wood Memorial was probably in April. Let me see. Right? Well, Wood Memorial was April 5th. He's probably bursting out of the seams. He would literally need to have these horses regress, and he would still have to go forward. They could regress and beat him. And he had journalists dead to rights. Go watch the race. Wrestling down there, wrestling with the horse. He had clear selling and opened up in front of journalists 3 or 4 limbs. He was in front of Sovereignty down the backstretch. Sovereignty was sitting 17th. This horse was sitting 12th or 13th. On the outside, Sovereignty went around him like he was standing still, coming around that far turn. This horse, no disrespect to him, he's just not seasoned enough here, y'all. And I keep looking at my database. I keep looking at what I do here. I already know, though. We all know the players, so I don't care what post he comes out of in the Belmont Stakes. Why? We all know all these horses, and I got all the numbers and everything else that I need to have with them. Your best shot with this horse, and you better hope for a torrential rain. This horse is bred fantastically for an off-going. McKenzie on the back end by Big Brown, and Puka ain't no joke either. Good stamina and all that. But let me officially throw BAEZA, the double BZ horse, off the ticket. Please, classy comments. This horse ain't beating these, Phil. My name is Wade Bolden. I'm the SpeedKing, so I'm down to a field of 5. BAEZA, out. O-U-T. My name is Wade Bolden. I'm the SpeedKing. Of course.